Hello and welcome to my channel Hopewell Stories. Today's video is how she was cheated on while pregnant. What she did next went viral. But before we dive into the full story, let me know where you're watching from and what time it is now, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It was a quiet Saturday morning in May when everything changed. Lena Martinez stood in front of the full-length mirror in her bedroom, one hand resting gently on her growing belly. She was 5 months pregnant, and the baby had just started to kick tiny flutters that made her smile every time she felt them. She wore a soft pink maternity dress, the kind that made her feel beautiful even as her body changed. Her dark curls were pulled into a messy bun, and her brown eyes sparkled in the sunlight streaming through the window. She turned to the side, admiring how the dress hugged her curves. "You're doing great, little one," she whispered, placing both hands on her stomach. "We're going to have such a good life." Lena had always dreamed of being a mom. She wanted a house with a big backyard, a dog, and a family that loved each other fiercely, and she thought she was on her way there. She and her boyfriend Marcus had been together for 3 years. They'd met in college, both studying business, and fell in love fast. He was tall, charming, and had a laugh that made everyone around him feel at ease. Lena thought he was perfect. When she told him she was pregnant, Marcus had dropped to one knee, not to propose but to hug her belly and cry happy tears. "We're going to be parents," he said, his voice shaking. "I'm going to take care of you both, I promise." She believed him. But that morning, as she stood in front of the mirror, something felt off. Marcus had come home late the night before, smelling like perfume that wasn't hers. He said he'd been working late on a project with his new co-worker, Jasmine. Lena didn't ask too many questions. She trusted him. Still, a tiny voice in the back of her mind whispered, "Why does he come home smelling like her? Why is he always texting when he's alone? Why does he leave the room when his phone rings?" She pushed the thoughts away. "I'm being paranoid," she told herself. "He loves me. We're having a baby." But then her phone buzzed. It was a message from an unknown number. "Hey, is this Lena? I think Marcus left his phone at my place. Can I drop it off?" Lena froze. She didn't recognize the number, and the name Jasmine popped into her mind immediately. Her heart started to beat faster. She typed back, "Sure. Where do you live?" The reply came quickly. "I'm actually at his apartment right now. He said I could wait here." Lena's stomach dropped. His apartment. "But we live together. We moved in together 6 months ago. He doesn't have another place." Her hands trembled as she grabbed her keys and purse. She didn't even change out of her dress. She just walked out the door, her mind racing. Marcus lived in a small 2-bedroom apartment in the heart of the city. It wasn't fancy, but it was cozy, filled with photos of them, on vacation, at parties, laughing in the kitchen. Lena had decorated it with fairy lights and plants. She thought of it as their home. She parked her car a block away and walked the rest of the way, her breath shallow. She didn't want to make a scene. She just wanted answers. When she reached the building, she saw a woman standing outside, holding a phone. She was young, maybe early 20s, with long wavy hair and a tight red dress. Lena recognized her from a photo Marcus had shown her once. Jasmine, his new marketing teammate. The woman looked up and saw Lena. Her eyes widened. "Oh," she said, stepping back. "You must be Lena." Lena didn't say anything. She just walked past her straight into the apartment. The door was unlocked. Inside, the place looked different. The photos were gone. The plants were dead. The fairy lights had been taken down. Instead, there were new decorations, candles, rose petals on the floor, a bottle of wine on the table, and on the couch, Marcus, shirtless, half asleep. He opened his eyes, saw Lena, and jumped up. "Lena, what are you doing here?" She looked at him, then at Jasmine, who had followed her inside. "You have another apartment," Lena said, her voice calm but cold. "You've been lying to me." Marcus ran a hand through his hair. "It's not what it looks like. It looks like you're cheating on me," she interrupted. "While I'm pregnant with your child." Jasmine stepped forward. "Lena, I didn't know. Don't, Lena said, holding up a hand. Don't you dare pretend you didn't know. You've been texting him. You've been here. In our home. Marcus tried to explain. It just happened. Okay. I was stressed. Work was crazy. I didn't mean for it to go this far. Lena stared at him, the man she loved, the father of her unborn child, standing there half naked, making excuses. And in that moment, something inside her broke. But then something else rose. Not sadness, not anger, power. She took a deep breath. You don't get to do this to me, she said, her voice steady. You don't get to lie, cheat and destroy everything we built. And you don't get to disrespect this baby. She turned and walked out. Marcus called after her. Lena, wait, we can fix this. She didn't look back. That night Lena sat on her bed, staring at the wall. The baby kicked, a strong little thump against her palm. She cried for a long time, for the life she thought she'd have, for the betrayal, for the loneliness. But then she wiped her tears and picked up her phone. She opened a video app, one that let you record short clips and share them with the world. Millions of people used it every day. Some shared dances, some shared jokes, some shared their lives. Lena had never posted anything before, but tonight she pressed record. The screen lit up. She looked into the camera, her eyes red but strong. Hi, she said. My name is Lena. I'm 5 months pregnant. And today, I found out my boyfriend has been cheating on me with his coworker, in a secret apartment he never told me about. She paused, took a breath. I won't show you his face. I won't name him, because this isn't about revenge. This is about me. This is about every woman who's been lied to, broken, and told to stay quiet. Her voice didn't shake. I'm not broken. I'm not weak. I'm a mother, and I will protect my child with everything I have. She placed her hand on her belly. This baby didn't ask for this, but they'll grow up knowing they were loved from the very beginning, that their mom was strong enough to walk away from someone who didn't deserve her. She looked straight into the camera, and to anyone out there who's been hurt, lied to, or made to feel small, listen to me. You are not alone. You are not nothing. You are enough, and you can start over. She stopped recording. Then she uploaded the video. She added a caption. She was cheated on while pregnant. What she did next went viral, and she hit post. She didn't sleep that night. Instead, she cleaned her apartment. She threw out every photo of Marcus. She donated his clothes. She changed the locks. She even called her doctor and asked for a new contact number so Marcus couldn't reach her through the clinic. By sunrise, the place felt like hers again. She made pancakes, listened to music, and talked to her baby. I've got you, she whispered. Just me and you, and that's more than enough. Then she checked her phone. The video had 10,000 views, and climbing. By noon, it had 100,000 views. By evening, it was over 1 million. People were sharing it everywhere. This woman is my hero. She's pregnant, and still stronger than most men. I cried watching this. She's everything. Marcus should be ashamed. News sites picked it up. Pregnant woman's viral video sparks global conversation on betrayal and strength. Talk shows wanted to interview her. Brands messaged her. We want to support you. Strangers sent gifts, baby clothes, diapers, gift cards, letters. One woman wrote, I was in an abusive relationship when I was pregnant. I stayed because I thought I had to. Your video made me realize I don't. I left yesterday. Thank you. Lena read every message. She didn't expect any of this, but she realized something. Her pain had become someone else's hope. A week later, Marcus showed up at her door. He looked tired, unshaven. Lena, please, he said. Can we talk? She stood in the doorway, one hand on her belly. There's nothing to talk about. I made a mistake, he said. I love you. I want to be a father to our child. Lena shook her head. You don't get to decide that. You gave up that right the moment you chose someone else. I'll do anything, he begged. Counseling, therapy, move out of the city, whatever you want. Lena looked at him, not with hate, but with pity. "You had your chance," she said. "You had 3 years, and you threw it away." She closed the door. She didn't block him. She didn't curse him. She just let go, because she knew her life wasn't about him anymore. It was about her and her baby. As the weeks passed, Lena's video kept spreading. It reached 10 million views, then 20 million. She started a social media page, at Strong for Two, where she shared her journey, her pregnancy, her workouts, her meals, her thoughts. She wasn't trying to be famous. She just wanted to show that you can fall and still rise. She partnered with a charity that helped pregnant women in tough situations. She gave speeches at women's shelters. She even started a podcast, Starting Over, and every episode began the same way. "Hi, my name is Lena. I was cheated on while pregnant, but what I did next changed my life." 7 months into her pregnancy, Lena moved. She bought a small house, her first home, with help from a loan, and the money she'd saved from brand deals and donations. It had a backyard, a porch, a room painted in soft yellow for the baby. She named it New Beginnings. On the front door, she hung a sign, "Love lives here." The day her water broke, it was raining. She called her best friend Maya, who rushed over. "You've got this," Maya said, holding her hand in the car. At the hospital, Lena stayed calm. She breathed. She focused. When the doctor said, "I see the head," Lena pushed with everything she had. And then she heard it. A cry. A beautiful, strong cry. The nurse placed the baby on her chest. "It's a girl," the doctor said. Lena looked down at her daughter, pink face, tiny fingers, dark hair. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "Hello, my love," she whispered. "Welcome to the world." She named her Ava, meaning life, because Ava was proof that life goes on, that love survives, that pain can turn into purpose. A few days later, Lena posted another video. She sat in a rocking chair, Ava in her arms, wrapped in a white blanket. "Hi," she said softly. "This is Ava. She's 2 days old, and she's perfect." She smiled, looking down at her daughter. "When I made that first video, I didn't know what would happen. I just knew I couldn't stay silent. I had to stand up, for me and for her." She kissed Ava's forehead. "People ask me if I regret what happened, if I wish Marcus had stayed. And the truth is, no." She looked into the camera. "Because if he hadn't broken my heart, I wouldn't have found my strength. And if I hadn't walked away, I wouldn't be here, holding this miracle, in a home I built myself, living a life I chose." She paused. "So to anyone who's hurting right now, keep going. Your story isn't over. In fact, it might be just beginning." She ended the video with a smile. She was cheated on while pregnant. What she did next went viral, and now, she's a mom, and she's free. The video got 50 million views in a week. Magazines wanted to feature her. A producer called, "We want to make a movie about your story." Lena said no to most offers, but she did agree to write a book. She called it, Strong for Two, How I Found Myself, When I Needed Me Most. In the first chapter, she wrote, "They say it takes a village to raise a child, but sometimes, it takes one woman to build that village from scratch. This is my village. This is my story." 2 years later, Lena stood in a park, watching Ava run through the grass. She was a toddler now, curly hair, big eyes, a laugh that filled the air. Maya was there, pushing a stroller with her newborn. "You're a great mom," Maya said. Lena smiled. "I'm learning." A man approached, kind eyes, a gentle smile. He worked at the community center, and had asked Lena out a few times. She'd said no at first, but now she was ready. They talked, they laughed. Ava ran over, holding a dandelion. "For you, Mama," she said, placing it in Lena's hand. Lena knelt down and hugged her. "Thank you, my love." As she stood, the sun broke through the clouds. She looked around, at her daughter, her best friend, the park, the sky. She wasn't thinking about Marcus. She wasn't thinking about the pain. She was thinking about how far she'd come, and how proud she was of herself. Because she hadn't just survived, she had thrived, and that was the most powerful thing of all. Epilogue. 1 year later, Lena launched a foundation, Strong for Two Foundation. It helped women who were pregnant and facing hardship, whether it was abuse, poverty, or lack of support. She opened a center with housing, childcare, job training, and counseling. On opening day, she cut the ribbon with Ava by her side. Reporters asked her, "What drives you?" She looked at her daughter, then at the crowd. "Every woman deserves to feel strong," she said, "even when the world tries to break her, especially then." The video of that speech went viral too, because Lena's story wasn't just about betrayal, it was about rebirth. It was about choosing yourself. It was about proving that no matter how hard life hits you, you can rise. And sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is press record. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video. Bye.